Så er det i dag første optagelse. Jeg skal ud på min gamle skole, der hvor jeg er uddannet som skuespiller. Ud og snakke med min gamle mentor og lærer, Lars Henning.
So, good morning everyone. We have a guest today. This is Maria Gersby, who's a former student of mine, and a very talented one as well. And she now works for Vesterbro Lokal TV, which is a Vesterbro TV station. And she's here to make a little program about CISPA. She'll be sitting in on some of your rehearsals today. Is everyone sure that they have everything they need? All props? Yes? Yes? Is there bread in the nurse's pocket?
There is.
Yes? Does the mother have all the ingredients for her son's packed lunch?
Yes.
Good.
I know there's a few, like everyone's got a concern about the seating in the first scene, but we'll resolve all those issues now everyone's here for the whole thing. Okay.
Different music, yeah? And so, I mean, mainly the beginning of the end and then the transitions. Well, the playlist is Madonna. It is that as well.
It's both. It's both.
Yes, it is both. So it is a very valid question. Sorry for mocking you.
Så nu har jeg endelig fået fat i Lars, som jo er leder herude på CISPA, Copenhagen International School of Performing Arts. Og det er jo min gamle skole. Du er min gamle leder og mentor, Lars, og jeg vil så gerne have nogle svar fra dig. Jeg har sådan glædet mig til at snakke lidt med dig. Nu så vi jo nogle prøver på blodbryllup i går. Og det er så noget, I viser i dag. Yeah. Performance finished. Yeah. Så hvordan har det været at få lov at komme herud i Carlsbergbyen og kunne lave det, du har drømt om, din egen skole?
Altså for det første er der meget mere plads, og det har vi brug for. Vi vokser hurtigt, hvilket er meget dejligt. For det andet så er det et inspirerende sted. Der er mange forskellige kulturinstitutioner og mange forskellige mennesker herude, og ikke mindst en international crowd, fordi det er jo en international skole, det her, hvilket er kongstanken omkring at skabe en international teaterskole i København. Både fordi, at vi mener, at de danske studerende, som er her, skal lære at begå sig i en international sammenhæng, både i teater- og filmsammenhæng. Og fordi det at træne eller blive uddannet som skuespiller i en international kontekst med andre studerende fra andre forskellige lande, sociale baggrunde og kulturelle baggrunde, skaber en bestemt atmosfære omkring det. Det er jo altså skuespillerens arbejde er at undersøge menneskeheden i al dens diversitet, og ikke mindst i sig selv. Og derfor så er det vigtigt med den inspiration, det giver, og netop at være sammen med folk, som kommer fra andre lande og andre kulturer.
Kan du mærke, at det betyder noget i forhold til søgningen på jeres skole, at I har den her lokalitet, altså Carlsbergbyen? Kan du mærke det den vej rundt? Forstår du, hvad jeg mener?
Ja. Altså, nu er vi jo lige flyttet herud, så det er måske lidt svært at sige, men jeg er ret sikker på, at det vil have den effekt. Og det ved vi jo i hvert fald allerede fra de studerende, som er flyttet med herud, at det hele har lige løftet sig, og der er en ret stor sådan, stolthed omkring at være her. Og vi synes i al beskedenhed, at omgivelserne passer til vores ambitioner. Det er jo også Carlsbergs vision at ligesom skabe den her creative hub i hele Carlsbergbyen. Nu må vi se, om de lever op til den. Det håber vi selvfølgelig.
Hvad føler du er forskellen? Fordi nu er du jo ved at blive forholdsvis etableret med stedet her. Ikke? Hvad er forskellen? Hvad er det, du kan gøre nu, som du måske ikke kunne tidligere?
Altså, udover igen det internationale aspekt af det, så handler det meget om den særlige form for metodik, som jeg og den øvrige ledelse og den faste gruppe af lærere har udviklet igennem nogle år, og nu føler vi, at vi kan implementere den til fulde. Og også i samarbejde med specielt undervisere fra England og men fra mange forskellige egne.
Nu mødte vi Lawrence for eksempel i går og så noget af hans arbejde på sin masterclass.
Lige præcis. Og altså, han er jo tæt knyttet til Drama Center, Central St. Martin's College of Art i London, og vi samarbejder også med universitet i Göteborg, teaterskolen der. Og så også på læreplaner, på det metodiske plan, bliver vores samarbejde mere og mere internationalt. Altså vi er jo, det er jo også meget det, der adskiller os fra statsskolerne her i Danmark.
Lige præcis det, jeg gerne vil tale om, og det ved du, jeg gerne vil, fordi at en ting, som vi jo ved omkring skuespillerudfordringer her i København og i Danmark, er jo specielt, at hvis man ikke kommer fra det etablerede, og når vi siger det etablerede, så mener vi jo statens, Odense eller Aarhus. Så har man nogle større udfordringer. Men hvad vil du sige, at jeres skole kan gøre og give tilbyde, som den statslige måske ikke kan?
Altså, det internationale aspekt, en metodisk tilgang til faget, og så har vi også meget fokus på entreprenørskab, altså skuespilleren som kunstnerisk og kulturel entreprenør. Jeg synes, det mangler i det kunstneriske arbejde inden for skuespilleruddannelsen i Danmark, at skuespilleren tager se sig selv som entreprenør, altså som meget aktiv, frem for en passiv spiller i en eller anden form for alliance mellem teateret eller filmen, producer, casting, agenter og, hvis man er heldig, en instruktør med en vision. Der kommer skuespilleren let til at blive lidt en passiv, har I ikke lyst til at engagere mig, spiller. Og det kommer man nok aldrig helt udenom, men man kan have en meget mere autonom indstilling til det, og en meget stor eller høj grad af værdighed og integritet omkring sig selv som skuespiller. At man ikke bare en dukke i andre folks spil. Nu skærer det meget ud i pap, ikke?
Men jeg synes også, du rammer noget, som jeg selv føler, at vi lærte under dig, men også i det hele taget i den gamle skole. Netop, at man kunne iværksætte selv, og det at tro på at lave en produktion, som man rent faktisk kan gå efter, og ikke blot vente på, at... Og det synes jeg, at skolen, måske ved de skuespillervenner, jeg har fra Statens Teaterskole, der ved jeg, det er ikke sådan, man gør. Og det er jo også fint. Der skal jo flere boller i suppen, heldigvis, og det må der også godt være. Men det er en vigtig ting, ikke? Og ligesom slå fast, hvad synes I netop, at I muliggør for nye elever? Ikke?
Jo, og det er vigtigt altså, af flere grunde. Dels fordi man rent praktisk lærer at producere og iværksætte større eller mindre projekter, både inden for film og teater, tv. Og dels fordi, at man er tvunget til som skuespiller at definere for sig selv, hvad er det, der er vigtigt for mig i kunstnerisk sammenhæng. Hvad er det, jeg vil? Og hvorfor er det, jeg står og gør det her? Dermed bliver det ikke bare et spørgsmål om at ligesom få en månedsløn ind og ikke at være på dagpenge et stykke tid. Og man selvfølgelig alle som arbejder på det kunstneriske felt vil gerne ligesom slå igennem og have en eller anden form for anerkendelse. Det er der bestemt ikke noget i vejen for. Men det kan ikke være det primære i det kunstneriske arbejde. Og hvis det er det primære, så vil jeg våge at påstå, at det mangler autonomi og integritet. Og mangler nødvendighed, kunstnerisk nødvendighed. You're having a dance. You're having a really good time with yourself. Yes, you have to do this, but you're having a great time with yourself. So you don't have to look at this. Yes, it's really interesting. Okay.
She's great at amusing herself.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's happening all the time.
Unless
she's got to do her job.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, sir. Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna have a party.
Yeah. Okay, just do the last turning, and
Turning, the wheel was turning.
Yes!
And the water was flowing for your wedding nights. And the water's gleaming.
Well, what can I tell you about my girl? She's breaking bread at 3 when the morning star is shining.
It's funny.
She never talks too much. She's as soft as wool. She does all kinds of embroidery, and she can cut a piece of string with the teeth. Just the teeth.
Look at me.
She's like my wife in every way.
Is she?
Yeah, so you can bring BB's chair. So much.
Child! No! Child. Come on, what's the matter? Are you sorry to be giving up this queen's life?
Hi, Lawrence.
Hello, Maria. How are you?
Sir Lawrence.
No.
Yes, you were my tutor.
Yes.
And had a master class with me, among other things.
Yes.
You also did the object exercise with me at one point
Yes.
when I was here. First of all, tonight we're going to see some of your master class now.
Yes.
With the new school.
Absolutely.
So just for my viewers, what brought you here?
Well, Lars Henning, who you know very well, the artistic director of CISPA along with Louise, he and I trained together in London at the Drama Centre London, and so I met him 20 years ago. We went there in 1994.
So you were like 5 years old?
I was 5 years old, very good, because I'm only 27 now. And that's the truth. I haven't just had my 40th birthday. No, I haven't. I'm 25, you're right. Anyway, so we trained together 20 years ago, and, he's a very close friend of mine, and also, a very important colleague. And so actually it's my privilege and pleasure that I get afforded the opportunity to come to Copenhagen and work at CISPA. As you know, I've been coming here for quite a few years now, and every time I come here now I try and set up an evening masterclass. So for anybody who wants to join. But you can meet someone, and if they tell you I'm an actor, from how they are as a person, you get a very good feeling for how they will be as an actor in terms of where they're at as a human being. And I think it's also true when you watch people acting and you've never met them. I've watched some people's performances in London and then met them afterwards. And what they did on the stage and how they are as a human being are absolutely linked like that.
It's about grounding as well.
Yes.
Grounding as a human being in your private life. You really, when you have that grounding, and I felt that was one of the things I really learned through school, school especially. Yes. And it helped actually with the physical work we did, not just here, not but just here, because everything is connected. Yes. I love that. And it runs through here.
I also think that it's about honesty, isn't it?
What did you lock the door for?
To give us some privacy for a little while.
You know better, Maggie.
No, I don't know better.
You're making a fool of yourself.
Well, I don't mind making a fool of myself over you.
Well, I mind, Maggie. I feel embarrassed for you.
Feel embarrassed? But don't continue my torture. I can't go on and on under these circumstances.
Well, you agreed to.
I know,
well,
but
accept the situation. Go.
It's not to say that if I go to a very intense or wonderful drama school, then I'm going to be able to solve all my problems. about me as a human being. Well, no, and why should you want to? Those are the things that make us all very interesting human beings. Is what am I scared of, or the problems from childhood, or whatever it is. And sometimes the problem is I've never had a problem. That can be a problem for people as well. You can't divorce how to train actors from the places that they grew up and culturally where they come from.
No, I love the way you're verbing.
Yeah, but it's true because
exactly,
I'm British. True. I come from a little known place called England, you know, and we're not unlike the Danes in terms of a lot of our childhood is about repression, about shutting everything down, and we mustn't speak and we mustn't. So I remember very clearly when I went to drama centre, I struggled in a way that some of the other, you know, people from Spain or Greece didn't struggle with.
They make a lot of noise with
their emotions. Yes, they may have other complications culturally, but just if you can create the environment at a drama school, okay, I can open up safely and make a fool of myself.
Yeah.
Or be incredibly vulnerable. So you cannot be an actor without being vulnerable and sensitive. No. As well as determined and strong-willed and everything else.
Ja, skat. Du skal fortælle mig lidt. Du har været elev her, ligesom jeg har.
Ja. Vi
har også arbejdet sammen. Det kan vi tale om senere. Men lige nu er du blevet administrerende leder her. Hvorfor har du blevet det? Altså...
Jamen, hvorfor? Det er jo nok fordi, eller kvæg mit forrige arbejde som leder af herreafdelingen i Magasin, hvor jeg har fået en masse kompetencer der i form af de administrative opgaver, som jeg i hvert fald bilder mig selv ind, jeg har mere styr på, end Lars og Louise har.
Du har altid været den praktiske mus, også da jeg kendte dig som skuespiller, ikke?
Jeg vil nok, jo. De står for det kunstnerisk kreative, og jeg står for det lidt mere praktiske. Det kan vi godt sige.
Isn't it a bird?
Jeg tror ikke, det er en bird.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's the life of acting students. Nå, okay, vi kører igen. Samme seance. De går ellers vildt for sig lige nu. Okay, er du klar?
Okay, jeg er klar.
Okay, det er lige derinde fra. Okay, samme rutine. Vi kører introvert, ekstrovert og ekstrovert, introvert, og så kører vi med twist. Okay, vi kører med armen med det samme, okay?
Okay.
Er du klar? Og 5, 6, 8. Jeg tror meget, jeg skubber skolen i retningen af at tænke lidt ud af boksen og gøre det anderledes. Nu er vi jo en afart, eller et udspring fra en anden skole. Og ligesom hele tiden huske hinanden på at sige, vi er en ny skole. Vi skal ikke gøre det på samme måde. Vi skal gerne genopfinde os selv og finde ud af, hvordan vi gerne vil drive en skole på. Og der tror jeg er sådan en i hvert fald en af drivkræfterne bag det, til ligesom at huske på, prøv at høre, det er noget nyt, vi skal lave. Det er en helt anden elevgruppe, og det er et helt andet uddannelsesgrundlag, vi har her. Og det synes jeg er meget god til ligesom at holde fast i. Men lige nu er det jo, hvis man skal tage hele studieretningen, så det her at gøre det mere sådan entrepreneurship-agtigt, altså det her med at tage ejerskab for egen karriere. Det er en af sådan de store ting, som jeg i hvert fald synes er anderledes. At vores elever skal have nogle kompetencer inden for det, og selv at vide, hvordan man tager hånd om egen karriere. Helt fra, at man måske skal lave en produktion, til hvordan man ikke bare snakker om det, men faktisk også får det ført ud i livet.
Turn, surrender. Sustain through plank pose. Down, surrender, and fight the floor. Straight. Yes. Whatever you do it fully. Yeah. Keep going. In flow. Yes. Open up. Out and in. Out and in.
What is the hardest thing right now in class in the school? Is that what we've just seen?
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, I would say Morten is really. He's really pushing us to the limits here. But it's fun. It's fun.
So you actually like movement?
Really much. Yes. But of course, it's hard. He's really taking us to some boundaries that he's always trying to get us somewhere, another place.
So we were seeing a few rehearsals on the blood wedding performance on Thursday.
Yes.
When you're doing this exercise movement, how do you work? Do you feel that you can take the work from here into your
definitely,
work?
Definitely.
The character, we saw you being the daughter who's going to be married.
Yeah, the bride, the bloody wedding. Yes, of course. I mean, you can analyze a little bit in the character here as well. And
do you feel you have space to do it?
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I mean, we have certain frames, of course, some tools, but it's very free. It's very free. I'm really open.
Simon, so what makes you're going to this school? You've been here. This is the second year, right?
Yes.
What makes you happy about it?
What makes me happy? Well, it makes, well, there are a lot of things that make me happy. I mean, it makes me happy that I feel that I'm in constant development, and it makes me happy that I have had zero doubt from the beginning that every single person at the school wants me to be the best I can be. And that also includes telling me when I'm an asshole, or when I'm not doing things fully, or when I'm excusing myself, and all these things you don't normally hear and that are kind of uncomfortable to hear. This kind of confrontation with your own ego. But all of that combined makes it a very, a very kind of pleasant in the unpleasant.
I understand.
It's not always nice to be here, but it's always great, as in larger than life.
What do you think? What do you think about when you think about the life as an actor? What is your what do you think it's about? What is it going to happen when you're not a student anymore, but you're actually doing it, working it? What do you think about? How do you think about it? What do you imagine?
I mean, I must say I don't spend a lot of time worrying about it, to be honest, because I have the feeling that if anything, this school tries to set free creativity in any form, which means that when you exit this school, you should somehow be able to, hopefully, mold your ideas and your concepts and your creativity into something, whether that's a performance or a theater.
Yes.
So I don't feel in any way like, oh my God, when I exit the school, then I'll have to go out and do a lot of auditions and castings, and what if I don't get any parts, and oh my, so I don't feel like that, because of course that has to be done as well, but there's something way deeper than the relying on other people's leniency.
Yes.
and relying on being typecasted in some TV show or whatever.
Louise, fortæl mig, nu har du jo rigtig meget med første året. Hvad er den største udfordring med dem?
Den største udfordring er at få dem til at være sig selv på scenen, og være helt ægte i det, de gør, og hvorfor de gør det. Det er simpelthen basic training lige nu. Vi har jo kun været i gang i en måneds tid, så det er det, vi arbejder med. Ægthed på scenen.
For me, it's been a dream. Yes, the first thing I wanted to do since I was a small child was to be an actor, and that's basically why I'm sitting here. So, yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay, so it's a good age.
A good age, I think.
Do you feel? Yeah?
I think so. I didn't feel that I could have done it earlier, I think everything has a reason. So that's why I'm here now, and there also had to be some kind of growing for me before I could do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all new, and we're all kind of just starting the journey together, that it makes it so much easier to work with each other because we're all on the same page. And that's kind of what I enjoy most about it, that I can do something silly and not be judged about it because they have to do it maybe next week or the week after. And it's really nice to have that feeling.
What did you do when you went from, because Nico is saying how to tap into your emotions. How did you do it? Do you remember? Or was it just there, or what?
Our teacher that we have right now, called Louise, she said that our body remembers everything that we have done. So we should try to find that feeling that we maybe have tried as a 5-year-old, 10-year-old, maybe 15-year-old, and try to get back to it. And it's fucking hard. So, can I say that?
It's alright. It's alright.
It's very hard. But I think, our teachers are here to help us, and I think they are very good in helping us getting there.
Altså, selve optagelsesprøven er en workshop, en hel dags workshop, så man får lejlighed til at arbejde specifikt på den måde, som vi arbejder på. Fordi det er ikke nødvendigvis for alle at arbejde på den her måde. Det er meget krævende, det er meget udfordrende. Og det skal man have mulighed for at opleve, om det er noget for en. Så igen, at det også for ansøgerens side bliver et spørgsmål om et tilvalg, og et spørgsmål om integritet og autonomi. Okay, de har sagt, de gerne vil optage mig, men har jeg lyst til at blive optaget? Når det så er sagt, det vi kigger efter, det er mod til at være sig selv, men også at være mere end det, man tror, man selv er. Så det er i virkeligheden, det er mod til at springe ud på dybt vand, snarere end det er skuespillerfærdigheder. Der er ikke noget i vejen med færdigheder, og når man kommer ind på skolen her, så lærer man i den grad færdigheder, meget konkrete redskaber, men startpunktet må være en eller anden form for kreativ nødvendighed. Jeg må udtrykke mig. Så skal vi gerne lære, hvordan man udtrykker sig i en bestemt kunstnerisk sammenhæng, men det må være det her indre kaos, eller jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg ellers skal gøre, jeg må gøre det her.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.